where does the Clash go from here? Does it
Greenville
return?
Pickens Speedway.
Yeah, that doesn't exist no more. Do they return to LA next year?
I don't think so. I've got a similar opinion to the Clash that I do on the All-Star race. I think that they need to alternate. I think the All-Star race would benefit from being at a different market every year, just what every other sport does. And I think the Clash would be a good idea to do a similar thing. Now, I think the All-Star race should be at major NASCAR tracks, right? So, like, you go to Bristol 1 week or 1 year. You go to Daytona 1 year. You go to Martinsville. You go to, all these tracks that are, big-name NASCAR tracks for your All-Star race. But as far as your Clash goes, I think they need to run this, and I think I've been on record saying this as well. Why not go to Irwindale next year? Why not go to New Smyrna? Why not go to Five Flags? Why not go to some of these
South Boston?
Yeah, why not go? Some of these northern short tracks are going to be difficult. Middle of February.
That's true.
To get racing in, but some of these tracks out west, in California, these Texas probably got a short track or two you could go to, or I know all the ones in Florida, they're racing right now. Hell, they just had the Snowball Derby, last month and a half ago in December. They run it down there in Florida. You can run that right now. I guarantee you can. There's plenty of short tracks down there, but I think they should run the Clash at a non-NASCAR points-paying track. And if they want to build one inside of a football stadium, fine. But I think going to a purpose-built racetrack, quarter-mile racetrack out in California or Texas or, one of these big markets would be their best option because it's already there. They don't have to pay to build anything. They just got to set up the race and show up. And, the fans will come. I guarantee you they would. They'd show up. I guarantee you if they said, hey, we're going to run the Clash at Colorado National Speedway, first come, first serve, I'm buying tickets. And I'm going to call up my aunt and say, hey, I'm flying out. I'm going to be there, staying at your house. I'm coming. I'll be there. I guarantee it. And I live in South Carolina. I'm flying out. If they want to do it at Anderson Motor Speedway, I'm buying tickets.
Yeah, me too.
If they're doing it anywhere near me or any place I can go, I'm
Florence. I'll go.
I'm going. I'm going.
What's the
right?
track we went up to a couple years ago? It was bad, but
yeah, the racing wasn't great. We went to Hickory. We went to Hickory.
Yeah, Hickory.
The racing wasn't great, but
there wasn't a whole lot of people there.
Yeah.
Or a whole lot of drivers.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of.
It was just a regular weekend event down there. But Hickory's a great track. If they want to do it there, they could. And I think that'd be a good option for them if they want to run it. The problem with that is, I feel like
publicity.
I feel like the Clash, they're
ratings.
trying to get out to new people and not
that's the
just
point.
please NASCAR fans. Yeah. Now, if you go to Colorado National Speedway, you might please some new fans. You go to Irwindale, you might please some new fans. But if you go to any of these other short tracks, in the southeast, it's probably just going to be the people you already know and have already got the bug that are going to be there. But there's plenty of tracks out west that could be an option in my opinion. That I don't see why they don't give a go. Irwindale and Colorado National Speedway being at the top of my list just because Irwindale's fairly popular and Colorado National Speedway is my home track that I know and love. So I'd love to see some stuff like that, but I doubt we will. I think they're going to go overseas from what I hear.
Yeah, possibly. Mexico. It's not overseas, but Mexico was a...
Not a real country. It is a real country.
It's not a real country. Breaking news.
Mexico
has been declared not a real country by Riley.
Mexico is more than likely what's going to happen. But overseas, out of country, whatever the fuck you want to say.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, the last part of your spiel was what I was going to kind of talk about. It would be nice to be and to go somewhere for like a purpose-built track, like a short track, up in the West or, Midwest. Well, not Midwest. It'd be snowing. But why does Danny always bring his kids on this podcast?
I've never seen the kids on the podcast.
I've seen them a couple times. But anyways, the first year, even probably last year, the Clash at the LA Coliseum brought in a lot of new fans, some big names like Ice Cube, Wiz Khalifa. So it worked. I think you need to continue to do that. You know, we've seen this be a trend for years, and not just NASCAR, but a lot of sports. You bring something to an area that's never had it before, guess what? They're going to show up for the first year or two. And then it kind of is like, okay, we've seen this before. We know we got to move. We've been to LA now for 3 years. Got to move. If you want to keep the juice and energy from this exhibition race, you have to keep moving it. And I mean, if you go to, let's say we go to Arizona next year, it'll probably work for the first year or two. Guess what? After that, hey, pack your bags. We got to go somewhere else. Let's go to Texas. Let's go to NRG Stadium in Houston. You know, whatever. I mean, that probably won't work as a dome, but you see what I'm saying. Like, you have to.
I was getting some dome.
You got to keep moving this event to different locations. And I think, you know, New York would be a great place, but it's beginning of February in New York. It's going to be -10, well, not negative, but it'd be like 10 degrees outside. You know, you can't really do it in New York, 'cause that'd be a great spot to do it in. You know, do it in Florida somewhere. I know you got the 500 coming up in a couple of weeks, but save these race teams some traveling money. Have travel way all the way across the country. Go to Florida somewhere. You do it in Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. I mean, you can do it in the damn swamp. Start doing it in college stadiums. They're bigger anyways, as far as capacity goes. I don't know about it in NFL and college. The same width. Okay. Well, yeah, just start doing it in college stadiums. Do it in damn Death Valley down here in Clemson. I'll show up, baby. Will you show up? Do it down in Death Valley here?
They don't sell beer down there.
That's true. It's tough. That would be rough.
They don't sell beer.
Never mind. Do it in Williams-Brice. I'll come down there. They sell beer.
Willie B, baby.
They do sell beer.
If it ain't swaying, we ain't racing.
And we ain't talking about William Byron here either. He said Willie B.
That is Willie B.
I know. Williams-Brice. But they're like, Willie B. Shit, that song is awful.
Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, do it in college stadiums around here. I don't care. I think you just have to continue to move the event. We've done this thing in LA here. We've had this big old splash the first year or two in LA. Time to pack your bags and move. You want to keep this event going, you have to move it. So I say, hopefully this is last year for LA for being in the Clash. And you could come back. You could come back in 8 to 10 years once people kind of forget how it was. You know, you have 10 years from now, you can come back to LA. Kind of have a rotating thing. If you know, hey, first 3 years LA, hey, we're going to now go to, you know, Vegas or something for the next 2. Then we're going to go to down there in Texas for the next 2. Then go to Florida for the next 2, or go to, you know, whatever. Just keep it interesting. Keep it new and fresh, because that's what you have to do if you want this event to continue to succeed. And I think for this year, it kind of hurt. I don't think it didn't exceed or meet expectations as far as everything they had to go through to get it going and how it looked on TV. It was like a meh event, which, to be fair, the past couple of years kind of been meh, but at least the atmosphere was great. The weather was great. It made up for the meh type of racing we saw on the track. And we've said this on this podcast before, the racing can be kind of average, but if the atmosphere and the attendance is great, it looks a lot better on TV to the average viewer.
Facts. I don't know if you heard me or not, but Denny's daughter got some big old teeth.
That's mean.
Tell me
we don't accept bullying on this podcast.
Look at her.
I feel uncomfortable talking about it.
She's just got to overbite.
A 12-year-old girl.
I think she got to overbite. I mean, you can cut this.
She really doesn't look like Denny that much.
Not
either.
at all. And the girl he's with now is not her mama, right?
No, Denny just put a ring on it.
Oh, they're getting engaged?
They're getting engaged.
They are engaged to
getting
be married.
There you go. Who's the stupid person now?
I am intoxicated.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The difference.